Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka like Queen Lisa. Today is a Truth Tuesday, and I hope my buddy Satoshi Sean is going to be joining us. I wanted to go ahead and jump on because Uncle Cliff will be on Beyond Mystic in 1 hour, and so I want to make sure that we knock out um, our show so that I can jump off and watch him over on Beyond Mystic afterwards. So wanted to jump to it. You guys, we've been talking about this, and oh, there's Sean. Hey, Sean. He's here. He's here. We've been talking about this. Everybody was so focused on April 8th, and I kept saying there's this lunar eclipse, coming up, and boom. I follow a lot of the military tweets, and the army posted something that I sent my mom and my husband last night, where it was a whole video about um, the ghost army that was used in World War II. And where did I send it to them?
Hey, everybody.
Welcome, Sean.
Everyone's saying hi in the chat. So
Good.
you're watching this later. You're not looking at the chat. That's why.
Sean's everybody's friend, so he has to say hi to everyone. So if you guys don't know what the Ghost Army is, in World War II, they had inflatable tanks, big vehicles. And so there's video of them like pushing them around, rolling them over to show that they were fake. But that was part of how they put fear into the other army, was thinking that they was way more military, and which is actually a technique that Genghis Khan used. He would go in, and to scare the Chinese, he would, the night before, he would go in and tell his men, because each fire was supposed to represent like a group of, I don't know if it was 10 or 100 or however many men. So he had them light
back like biblical
fires.
times. Remember the Jews, or one of them, they surrounded the Philistines, and they all had like two torches, and they had these glass vases, and they just were supposed to surround them on the mountaintops and just all scream and bust all these glass. It scared the crap out of them. They thought, because they had like a couple hundred men against a couple thousand. The next morning they took off. They were gone.
Interesting. So I just knew about it from my son doing a paper on Genghis Khan 3 years ago when we started homeschooling. And I was like, oh my gosh, he was the first one to do fake news. And so then the Ghost Army used the same tactics during World War II. And then the army posted, and they posted a very like cryptic message at the end, and they said it ends this week. At the end of the video where they're talking about it, if you go to the army's social media, you can see it. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Maybe I can't find it. Anyway, so check that out. There's just a lot going on right now. They're talking about, I want to blast through this because I'm going to jump off before 7 so I can watch Uncle Cliff over on Beyond Mystic. So I wanted to go ahead and get started early. There was there's all of this news right now. It's like you can't even possibly consume it. I was sending you the stuff about the cicada brood, which you said, oh, I was just going to send that to you. But the SEC just lost a huge case, the debt box case, where they were like accused of a huge overreach of power. That's not really being talked about enough. Today
I saw something where it said the SEC is trying to influence or talking to the Supreme Court, trying to stop them from doing something or hearing a case. And I was like, oh, it's just, it's like a stupid headline. Then I read it, and they've actually sent their lawyers to the Supreme Court to lobby them to not hear the case.
Wow.
That was like insane.
Is that like a what would that be called? Like getting
Inappropriate. I don't know if it's illegal.
interference with
Inappropriate.
um justice or whatever? I
It's
don't know.
it's like I think we've gone so far. It's like when you go into a restaurant, you don't think someone's going to come over and fart in your face while you're eating. It's not against the law, but you don't think it's like no one's going to do that. We've gotten towards like just these agencies are doing stuff that we never thought they would do. So we didn't think we even needed a law, to say you can't. But that to me, that blew my mind.
It's pretty wild. The CFTC made a proclamation or announcement or whatever. There was some case where the CFTC made a statement that Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum are commodities today, which I thought was interesting.
I know they were looking at Ethereum as a security again.
They made a statement that Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum are not securities. I'm sorry. Did I say security? Commodity.
You said commodities, and that's why I heard that they were going to reopen that to look at Ethereum as a security.
Mm-hmm.
But they could just be trying to get more money out of Ethereum or something.
Mm-hmm.
A bribery tactic.
And then there's that Julian Assange thing. Julian Assange had a case today in front of the court, which could have gone either way because there were two judges that he could have seen, and one of them used to represent MI6 in the Ministry of Defense, which was terrifying. But I guess it was kind of a nothing burger, but maybe a good thing. And I guess it got delayed like 3 weeks, which would put us just past the eclipse. So the other eclipse. So
total eclipse of the heart.
all of those things. And then of course the news that's just blowing up everything is the P. Diddy stuff. And if you want to know who's got lots of information on that, follow Dom Lucre. He is digging up all kinds of old videos of, I guess, Usher and Diddy singing a song about, I guess, Diddy used to violate Usher or something, and that was part of. And then Cat Williams
Diddy used to diddle.
Tried to tell people he's turned down like $500 million 4 different times because it's like, well, you have to do these sex acts or something to.
Yeah, he's been talking. That's I
He's been
think
trying to
Matt
tell people.
Williams is like more popular now than he was in a long time because of what he's doing. By the way, Warrior, hope you feel better and heal up quick. I think a lot of the stuff he said it's very interesting. And then he always talks about black people, and it's very interesting that he talks about the control and humiliation. You got to wear the dress, and then but to look at white people, just look at John Cena, and he was not getting good roles. He was not. He was going nowhere until he did one movie that was questionable. All of a sudden, he's back in good graces. And the thing on the Oscars with him being naked, how he completely bent the knee to China with the apology in Chinese. You can tell that certain people they want to break. They want to let you know who's in control. Like the fact we talked about how like war is actually like a blood sacrifice.
Yeah.
But when you see that, you step back and you think about that in that term, blows your mind. And when you step back and look at the control and what certain people have to do before they get famous, before they start getting those good roles, it is eye-opening.
Does anyone else think it's strange that the water's not moving around this ship?
I think it looks fine. Water. The water is moving where the light. You see the light, and there's a shadow coming across.
No, it's not.
But you know what? It doesn't even matter because they could fix whatever.
I think it's more of the Ghost Army.
If you watch Star Wars, you
And then
know,
look where right now, it's gonna break, it's gonna hit, and then over here is where the bridge breaks. Like it doesn't look right. Contact, and the bridge breaks there.
yeah, that looks like that makes sense to me. I mean, honestly, you sound like somebody trying to explain how jet fuel can bend girders, but if you look at this point, now see that's a structure, that's a point in the structure where support beam. Over here is a support beam. It actually breaks there, which is right in the middle, which is where the most tension would be between the two support beams. That's where it should break, just from like basic engineering that I would have. And if it broke anywhere else, it would be weird. But that's where the most pressure.
Okay, well then how come there's no horns going off? There's no warning. Why these boats are run by like GPS. There's no
Yeah,
and
did you
it
see?
shouldn't have been pointed towards that thing. It should have had like it doesn't matter that the lights went out 2 seconds before. It would have
on
never
fire.
been pointed there.
It's on fire. There's something going on. I mean, it's on fire.
What's on
It's
fire?
the boat.
It's not on fire.
Yeah, it is. Watch the back of the boat, and you start see the smoke coming up. There's something going on there. See the smoke starting to come up right
Oh
there.
yeah, I do see something.
There's something blowing up. There's fire. The power's going on. Something on the boat's happening. Whether it's commandeered, and you could say there's commandos on it, whatever. But something is messed up with the boat.
Oh wait, that's not the one. Charlie sent me one that oh, where is it?
Greg Lang.
No, I don't know where it is now.
I'm taking the show a lot more seriously. I just want everyone to know that.
Do I?
Taking the show a lot more seriously.
Okay. Thanks.
I got research. I got stuff I did.
Awesome.
Videos.
Awesome.
Be a big deal every Tuesday now.
Okay.
I'm not just going over my Twitter like I usually do.
I love it.
The only reason I've been doing this show is because I love Lisa. And she is like literally my best friend. I don't have people's feelings, but I'm the closer with her than I am with anyone else for the past 2 years. I just like hanging out with her. Our lives are busy. But
I love you too.
Talking to my friend Lee, and we're at a point in our, it's so weird to say, these YouTube careers. I have to get bigger. I have to expand. So I got to take things more seriously. And the show is going to be a show. Hardcore. Which could probably get me in trouble with YouTube, ironically. But yeah.
Well, I think it's time for the truth to come out. So I think doing the research and investing in ourselves and putting the work in and getting information out is going to start paying off. So
maybe I'll even play some JFK speeches one day.
Maybe.
Don't joke because you haven't sent the album yet. No, my birthday's coming up, so you can just double it up.
It'll be a double thing then.
Okay.
Oh, Mom says the smoke could be revving engines forward or reverse. Could be.
No, that's a lot. It's something that's on fire.
It doesn't look right to me.
Taking over. Whether there's a firefight there, that's like grenades. Something happened to hold on. Maybe that's something that blew up, sabotage to blow up, which caused the power outage.
I don't know.
Then it switched to auxiliary power, and it comes back on. I don't know, but because the auxiliary power comes back on, and then it gets shut down. And it's turned right into that. But it is something interesting because it's turning, which if it was messed up or stuck, I would think it would keep turning. But it turned straight to that and then went straight. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm trying to find my Ghost Army pic so I can share with you about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the tanks, because it was for reconnaissance. Because they would just go over and take pictures, and from the air and from like out and see, it looked like.
Yeah, but the Army recently posted, and the thing that I thought was significant is they said this week. They said it ends this week.
Well, there's scary shit going on this week that I'm going to go over. I mean, like biblical stuff, and some stuff I found was very interesting. You know how you just see something on the news and it's like, that feels weird. That's something's up with that. And then like 2 weeks later,
oh gosh,
all this stuff comes out about that. There's all these questions about it. There was something that France did that made me question it. And now that I look into just a little bit, it's like, oh my God.
Okay, here is a Coast Guard veteran about the bridge collapse.
The retired coastie to tell you, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way that no tanker ship is gonna crash into no bridge at night by mistake. Question to all my coasties out there, where the pilot boat at? And where the tugboats at? And where's the horn? The warning, the crash warning before it hits. I ain't hear no warning. I ain't hear no nothing. I'ma leave that with y'all. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And it's a couple days after that Russia attack. Don't let that go over your head, my people.
Okay, so
okay, she left. So okay, so the current picture shows that it dropped. I can't bring it up because it's Lisa has to do it. But that it dropped anchor, so it would have swung to the right. What I was saying is, let's say you're behind the wheel of your car, you're driving. You have a heart attack, you get knocked out, whatever, you fall, and you turn the wheel. Then you're going to go, but you're going to keep going this way. It's not like you're going to go this way and then go straight. The boat turned hard. Like if they dropped the anchor, it would have made them start to turn, but they would have kept going. That boat turned hard and then stopped and started to go straight and then ran into it. It does look like it's on purpose.
So could it be the good guys doing that on purpose? Because now DC is cut off. So no submarines in and out of DC. No escape, no way to escape. No way to do any of that.
No, I think it's destruction.
You think it's the bad guys?
I think it's bad. It's destruction. Innocent people killed on the bridge. All these things are evil. And even if there's a victory in the end, those people will still be held accountable for that. I don't think the good guys would do that. Just my opinion.
I'm just thinking the time of day. Like bad guys would have done it middle of rush hour. And killed tons of people.
There's more than one bridge in and out of DC or Baltimore.
No, that's the waterway, though.
Oh, waterway.
Yeah, that's my understanding is that cuts DC off for shipping in the waterway.
Yeah, they'd be trucked in, flown in.
No, the trucks are not going in. Ask Polly.
It won't take them long to clear it out. But yeah, they're cut off.
I don't know. It's very.
Yeah, I agree. It looks. I mean, it looks weird from the get-go, but it looks deliberate because it turns hard, then stops and goes straight. If it just turned into it, that would be, I could say, okay. But it turns hard and then straightens out. If it just would continue to turn, it
Then
would
you
have
would think.
it would have probably went under it. It may have, hit it, but on the side, it was it looked very, very deliberate to me.
Interesting. What was the other thing? Oh man, so much going on. We could talk about the brood coming, the cicadas. They won't hit until mid-May. But I wondered if it would change the frequency kind of thing. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I didn't sneeze. I muted myself and went off camera, and then I didn't sneeze. So there's where is it? Present, share screen, cicadas. I sent this to Sean, and he was like, I was just gonna send that to you. This is a once in every 200 years thing. So there's different kinds of cicadas, and they're going to appear in, like, does it say how many? It's more than 5 states.
The 17-year cycle. Because I was thinking I lived through one of these already.
Oh, no. No, it's every 200 years that these two cross over. So one of them kicks up every 17 years, and then the other, but it's only every 200 years that the two of them come up at the same time.
Oh.
Get it?
Ooh.
So
it happened 10 times.
Yes, the emergence of 2 separate broods. It hasn't occurred in over 200 years. After 13 years, brood XIX is set to emerge in the spring of 2024 in 14 states. And the 17-year brood, that's what you're thinking of, brood XIII, will emerge in 5 Midwestern states around the same time.
But hold on. You're saying that these plague of locusts have come, this is the 10th time in 2,000 years.
I guess.
Okay.
The last time it happened, Thomas Jefferson was president. Louisiana Purchase had just been completed, and there were only 17 states in the Union.
Well, this could tie in with what I'm going to talk about then when we go to my channel. Well, that's weird.
So they are expected to emerge mid-May, lasting through late June. And they have a 13-year life cycle. And then the other ones will emerge mid-May, ending late June. They have a 17-year. Okay. And then it lists the states. I think there's a map, though. Yeah, here it is. So this shows the map for approximate locations for broods emerging in 2024. And it shows
Oklahoma, Louisiana, but it didn't hit Texas.
But it did. And it showed all of Oklahoma in the other map. That's weird. But yeah, like this is really bad. St. Louis, Chicago, all of this, like it's going to be, I can't imagine the noise in this area.
This is freaking me out a little.
So asks how long they're going to be around. If the weather is consistently warm and dry, the cicadas will finish mating sooner rather than later, which would mean a shorter season. And they'll die off in late June. Okay. So these are not the annual cicadas. These are periodical cicadas.
The 17-year ones, because I remember they hibernated, go down. I remember it freaked me out when I was a kid. I was like, that's weird that they could do that. Because I thought, like, I'm playing out and digging, I could just find some weird cicadas that are buried and, sleeping. I thought it would be strange. Well, if you look, there's the gray area. And the gray area does hit Oklahoma pretty hard.
And the gray areas are the, like, annual cicadas, I guess.
Yeah, because you could look at New Jersey, it's covered.
But those are not the red ones are those 2 13 and 17-year brooding.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Aquarian, the napping. It's gonna be loud wherever you are. Warrior says, wasn't there a big locust incident 2 years ago? I'm not aware. So
There's always crickets in Texas, man. Every year, thousands and millions.
but it does feel like, some
Stop it.
biblical things happening. And this weekend is closing market on Friday, Good Friday, and then opening market on April 1st, which is like April Fool's Day. So I guess people are anticipating that being some really bad news. And that Trump had to pay, I can't remember the dollar amount, but hundreds of millions of dollars,
Like 150, 160 million.
but a lot less than what they were threatening to take his property and whatever. It's still terrible, but
One
anyway,
video.
let's jump over to your channel because it's 6:30 because I have to end right at 7. So Central
Anyway,
Time.
guys,
Because
I watched this video though of Trump being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos, and it was so funny because Stephanopoulos was trying to be kind of a dick, and he was like, "When you look back, is there a thing that you regret? You wish you could do?" Or he goes, "Yeah, sure, everyone does. Everyone has it. I'm sure you have it." And he goes, "No, like what?" Like, it was so perfect because he meant like, what do you regret? But he said, "Oh," but he said it right after Trump said it. Even you do. And he said, "Like what?" He goes, "Like when you gave $75 million to the Clinton Foundation. Bet you wish you hadn't done that, right?" I just died. I died. It was so quick. It was so funny. All right, let's go over
things. All right, we're gonna jump over to Sean's channel. We'll see you guys over there. I can't wait to hear what you've been researching.
Love y'all. Hit the like button.
Okay, see ya. Where's my little truth?